What is going on, guys? DBG here, and tomorrow is going to be one of the biggest days in MyTEAM history, and for most people it's actually an absolute irrelevant day. But you know what? NBA 2k20, or not even NBA 2k20 MyTEAM, the game mode itself, has made a living for so many people. From the initial guys like Chris Move, Shake and Bake, Sub the Gamer, some of those guys still making videos, and guys like Sub that have used YouTube as a platform to create their own business. Then the guys like Jess or Cash who've been able to make a career initially starting off in MyTEAM, to guys like myself that have been able to make a career out of this, me, Carlos, Henry, Denver, YBC, over the last couple of years. But it's not only just content creation where people are making money now from MyTEAM. For tomorrow, one person's life is going to be changed completely because of this game. So while I 100% do not agree with what 2K are doing with the tournament, giving out 250,000 for one person and giving the other person a gift bag, let's hope that whoever loses, Ronnie doesn't interview them straight away and ask them if they feel the crowd love like last year with Turnup. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about a little bit of a preview, going over the squads of both of these guys, and then saying who my predictions for winning this tournament is going to be. But yeah, pretty much one person's life is going to be completely changed. And if you are Jomar losing, I know obviously you are losing on 250 grand, but he has been in the 2K League the first two seasons, and I think he's still, as far as I know, he'll be in the league next year. But Jomar is without question one of the best players in 2K. But we're going to start off going over the team of the class guide. So honestly, I have not watched any Xbox. I'm telling you guys right now that if this tournament was being played on PC, where everyone was able to use their own controllers, their input delay was minimal, I would give the advantage to whoever came out of PS4 side. But this tournament is being played on Xbox. So for the home field advantage, the home console advantage, it is the class guy. And I'm telling you, there is so much more input delay on Xbox. It is unreal. It's like going back to a completely different game. You're gonna have to retime all your releases, and I do hope that Jomar has been practicing with his team on Xbox. I really, really hope he has, because if not, he's not, like, it's game over. The class guy hasn't won, because it's like playing two completely different video games, and like you can get used to it, but you need probably about a week of playing non-stop on Xbox to get used to it. It's possible, but you definitely need time. So this is the class guy squad. It's right up there with the best squads in the game. So he's got Penny, Tracy McGrady, Giannis, Richard Jefferson, and David Robinson. A lot of people are not the biggest fans of Richard Jefferson, but I can see why he's used. He is a really nice card again, and if you have his release down, it is a catapult shot. It's a little bit awkward, but if you have that release down, trust me, it is a really good release. A lot of people don't like it, but for me anyway, the more I use it, the better I get with it. So point guard Penny Hardaway, that allows him to match up with anybody. Penny can match up whether it's a small point guard, he can kind of guard them. If I was him, I'd probably, well, I'm guessing what you can do is match up Penny to another wing. But Penny can match up to a small point guard as well as match up to a big guy like Ben Simmons. He is kind of the best of both worlds. Because he can shoot the ball as well, he might be a little more effective than running with Ben Simmons. And again, release is much better than running with someone like a Magic Johnson. And to be honest, considering the fact he doesn't have Anthony Davis, I'm guessing this guy just didn't get the MT to get Magic Johnson at the end of the day. Or maybe they were forced to run with the same team as they ran with in the tournament. I'm not 100% sure, and I'll bring that up with Jomar later on. But he's got Ray Allen on his bench. He's got Gilbert Arenas in there. Bill Russell, who's really good. So he's got the two best centers in the game, in my opinion, in terms of comp level playing, in terms of baits, in terms of getting in lanes and running the floor. He's also got Blake Griffin, who I think could be a liability, especially with Jomar running Giannis. So I don't see Blake Griffin seeing the floor much. You got Grant Hill, Melo, Kawhi, who are all in there for defense. And Brandon Roy, who is pretty good as well. Basically a T-Mac, a guy who can come in exactly for T-Mac. Again, he only has two guys that can play the point guard position, so if he gets into a little bit of foul trouble, that could be a bit of a problem, especially because Gilbert Arenas is a bit of a liability on defense. However, you'll see a little bit later that there are certain situations where Gilbert will be okay. But overall, this is a good team right here, and it's as important knowing your players' releases and stuff rather than bringing in a new player. Is there better players he could use? Definitely. Like, there's no question about it. AD's better than Blake Griffin. I don't think anyone would ever make that argument that Blake Griffin, there's a spot in there. Like, I personally think Lamar Odom would be better in there. But you know what? It is what it is, and he's obviously comfortable using Blake. But no clamps on him is a bit of a problem, but clamps on all the other players. This is an elite team. So now we're going to go over Jomar's team. And this is a very different team. Jomar, this team suited the original 250 tournament down to the ground. So basically, Jomar ended up getting a close win over FSU in the final, a really close win over Splash Edition at the start. And the PS4 servers were horrendous. So basically, no one could shoot, no one could play their actual game, and everyone was just kind of struggling to play. However, fair play to Jomar, he was the best player. He adapted his game the best. He adapted best to the circumstances. He played the best with lag. He played the best with the inability to shoot. And his team is quite good. So, Damon Lillard is a weird one. Not gonna lie, that is a weird one. So he's got 3 point guards in the team, and one of them is Baron Davis, who has big weaknesses. So the fact that Baron Davis is in there, I have a feeling that they must have had to use the same team as the tournament, because I don't think there's anyone that would have Baron Davis in there over 95 Jeremy Lin. And Jeremy Lin's significantly better than Davis. I'd be convinced that he would be putting in Jeremy Lin instead of him. But he's got really good 2 to 5. Porzingis is not going to give you much on defense, but if this guy here is running through someone like a Giannis, or he's running, let's be real, if he's running through Giannis, Porzingis is fine because he's a rim protector. If he's not running pick and rolls, he's going to be fine again, because he's just going to be able to, he's not going to abuse the fact that Porzingis is slow on his feet. But if he is running with pick and rolls a penny, that could be a bit of a problem. Then his bench. I'm guessing we see Simmons a lot, because if we see Simmons and he's being attempted to guard by one of his other player or one of his small guys, Simmons is going to eat him alive. He's got very kind of iffy defense on his bench. I like Odom. I really don't like Baron Davis in this scenario. Zion is a good shooter, I guess. Dr. J, I don't really like Dr. J. He can't really shoot the ball. Again, he suited the last tournament perfect because you didn't need to shoot the ball. But he's just not a great shooter. Actually, no, because Kawhi Leonard's there, so... Oh no, actually, Kawhi Leonard was out the day before the last tournament, so it probably is that they have to use the same team as the last tournament. So now we are going to be doing a comparison. So we're looking at matchups. I cannot see both guys starting out with this team. I think more than likely what we're going to see is Jomar pushing Simmons into the starting lineup. Or, yeah, I can see Jomar pushing Simmons into the starting lineup and forcing Penny to have to guide Simmons. And Penny was low lateral quickness, even though he has clamps. Simmons has the advantage in that position. T-Mac on T-Mac is even. Giannis on Bird. I'm guessing Giannis will guard Giannis and Richard Jefferson will guard Bird. I give Bird the advantage over Jefferson. And in the D-Rob or Porzingis matchup, I actually would give the advantage to Porzingis, especially because he was Jomar's top scorer. It seems to be really good with him inside and out. I think probably Porzingis is going to be the guy he's going to be the X factor. And again, Jomar's not running a conventional team, so it's going to be kind of hard to judge what he's going to do, and especially because no one has really scouted Jomar that much. It's not like Splash where everyone kind of knew what he was going to play. Tyler, FSU, no one really knew what FSU was going to do. But yeah, definitely Jomar is going to be a little bit difficult to predict. And then when we're looking at bench players, I think we see a little bit of Yao, because if he runs with Bill Russell, and if Bill Russell comes off the bench for David Robinson, Yao is going to eat him alive. However, Bill Russell is going to eat Yao alive on the other end. And I think that's kind of even matchup. Bench, Chris Bosh, I don't see him seeing the floor much. I don't see Baron Davis seeing the floor much. Odom, I think. Odom or Zion, one or the other, is going to come in a little bit to rest these guys. I don't think we see much of Dr. J. And we could actually see a fair bit of Kawhi Leonard on Jomar's side. So Kawhi Leonard even to 2, just to give T-Mac a bit of a rest. And then for the class guy, we could see anyone coming off the bench. I don't see Blake playing much. think if they do run with a power forward, you're going to probably see Melo coming into power forward. And if Blake does come in, especially if Blake's guarding someone like a Giannis is going to absolutely abuse him. So that's obviously the two teams and what are my predictions. So you got to give home field advantage to the Klass guy because he's playing on Xbox. And it's not like if the game was on PC, it would feel I would give the big advantage to Jomar because PC plays almost identical to PS4. However, the PC plays not like Xbox, and Xbox plays not like PS4. So home field advantage to the Klass guy, so he has that advantage. Team advantage, I think this is a lot closer than it looks. So a lot of people would say there's a huge advantage to the Klass guy. I don't think it's a big advantage. I think starting lineups are very, very even. I think Simmons is a game changer. Like sure, you've got Ray Allen, Brandon Roy, and Kawhi Leonard off your bench. You know what? They all play the same position. They all play the exact same position, and same with Grant Hill. So most of his bench play the exact same position. I don't think Gobert Arenas is any better than Damon Lillard. So that matchup is pretty even. Whereas Jomar is a more varied bench. He's got someone like a Chris Bosh, who's just kind of an outside shooter. I can play a little bit inside. You've got Yao Ming, who's just an inside presence. You've got Porzingis, that's a bit of both. You've got Lamar Odom, who's a really tall 3-4 who can handle the ball. You got Zion, who's going to shoot the lights out. And you got Dr. J, who's going to burn you. Whereas the Klass guy has got a bunch of kind of the same players on his bench. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'd still give the team advantage very, very slightly to the Klass guy, but I think it's very close. But my prediction is going to be, honestly, I'm going to go with the guy that has shown that he can play under any circumstances, whether it's a 2K league. I'm pretty sure Jomar was known to 2K league as being one of the most versatile players, being able to basically react to whatever was thrown at him. We ran a tournament with 2k20 Central last year. It was in my league on Hall of Fame. Jomar won that one, won a couple of $1,000 out of that. MTR ran it, and he beat some of the best players in the world en route to getting to win the tournament. So Jomar was one of those players that when I was doing a preview, I said, you can never count him out. And you know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. You can never count Jomar out. Even though most people think the Klass guy is going to win, everything, team and system, is going to be against the Klass guy. I think the fact that Jomar's played in the league, he's used to playing in the crowd, is used to playing live, and is really effective at adapting, I give him the slight advantage. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.